sun is shining 24/7. Cause when we're together, it feels like we're in heaven. If it will get dark, you'll be my million stars. I know I can lean on you. Ooh, you catch me like a leaf falling from a tree. If I'll be a shooting star, you make a wish. No, I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table cause you're my everything. I do, I wanna marry you. Cause when you're around, I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day we spend apart, I wanna be with you. Baby, take my hand, hold it tight just like you do. Feels so good, so good.
All right, we are live, and I am Tony Martinez, your host for today's show. Jamie, my lovely co-host, unfortunately is getting ready for the Thanksgiving weekend, so she's not going to be able to make it. But I have two of my old friends, Nichol and Carlos, and they are going to tell us their story on today's episode of This Is How We Met. So it's been so long. I haven't seen you guys, and I know I've messaged Nichol a few times here and there, but yeah, I've known you guys because Nichol used to work for me, and then Carlos, of course, came along and burrowed his way into our lives. So how are you guys been?
We're good.
We're good, minus the Corona stuff, but we're not too bad.
Yeah, that's right. Are you guys in Houston now? I forget.
Yes, yeah,
Houston.
we're in Houston.
Okay. All right. So, without further ado, I know first of all, I'm gonna since these are friends of mine, I'm gonna tell how Nichol and I met, and then because I know Carlos came on along afterwards, right?
No, we were already dating before.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's been so long, I forgot. Okay, so we start with you guys. So. Nichol, where were you? Like, where were you when you first laid eyes on Carlos?
Oh gosh! So apparently we went to the same high school, but I actually didn't know him. He said he knew me, and he said hi, but he said what'd you say, babe?
Yeah, you pretty much just brushed me off. Just like I was nothing.
Oh my!
Was she like popular in high school? Like
the band nerd. I was the band nerd.
She was queen of the band nerds.
I was queen of the band nerds. I was like president of anything nerdy.
You were the big nerd, yeah. Which reminds me, I completely forgot. So first of all, before we really get into the story, I guess tell us a little bit about yourselves. I mean, Nichol, I know you were the egghead. You were like studying like something. Like nuclear something in college and
engineering. So, and I went to school for chemical engineering, and now I'm working for one of the oil and gas company here in Houston as a consultant, and that's about me.
That's awesome.
I took a while, but I finally graduated. I'm teaching and coaching here in the Houston area. So
yeah, and that's what you always wanted to do.
Yes. Yeah, I couldn't do anything else.
Yeah. So was it like, I'm assuming football, right?
Yes. I've in the last 7 years that I've been doing this, it's been football, basketball, track, and then pretty much wherever else I'm needed.
Right. That's awesome. So you guys are both doing what you want to do, which is like rare for people.
Yes.
Okay. So.
But she likes the paycheck.
All right. So you guys went to high school together. Nichol was just the badass everything and just Miss Popular. Yes. And Carlos, how would you describe yourself? Like
a jock. I'm a jock.
He was a jock, of course.
So,
I was the lonely jock.
Oh, yes.
That's funny. All right. So she blew you off in high school. And like, well, let me ask you this. when she blew you off, was it kind of a like, I don't really know who you are, or like, not worth my time?
No, I just thought that I was just being annoying. So she just kind of walked off. It didn't put damper my spirits at all. It just it's more of the chase.
Sure.
So it motivated you.
Yeah. She
Okay,
actually
so where
dated
did this
a friend
happen?
of mine. So she had dated a guy I knew in high school.
Yeah, I
Right.
was dating a guy at like 2.5 years, and then my senior year, we broke up, and that's when I started going to the clubs. Hi, stingers. So I miss you.
Hey.
I know. And that's when because my good friend knew him, and so she's like, "Hey, let's go say hi to them." And we went over, and the first thing he said to me was, "Where's your boyfriend?" I'm like, "I don't have one." And
Yeah.
I guess that's a light bulb in his head. He was like, "Oh, all right." So-
Hello. How you doing?
Yeah.
So then after that, we ended up hanging out at his at their apartment, and then
Yeah.
he's like, "Hey, are you hungry?" I'm like,
I was a gentleman.
yeah, sure. And he's like, "Are you hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take you to Jack in the Box." Oh yeah. And then
Ooh.
we went to the drive-through, and he's like, "No,
Yeah.
romantic."
Not much good going on at 2 a.m. Or at least open.
That's true.
No, that is
And
true. But there's nothing wrong with Jock in the Box in at 2 a.m.
No. And then I pretty much I forgot what Jack in the Box calls it, but I supersized everything.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was the
That's what
beginning.
That was the
Yeah.
beginning. So that turned you on, huh?
Yeah.
And
Food.
if you want to get to any woman's heart, food, supersize it, large fry. That's it right there. Combination.
So did y'all, and that was the same night when you met at the club, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you guys kind of known each other before already, so
I knew of her. She didn't know of me.
Nope.
Oh, you didn't remember him hitting on you in high school?
He says he did. I don't even think that happened. He likes to make it up. I don't know. So I don't even know it. And it was actually funny because the next week when I went to class, I remember telling one of my friends, like, "Oh, hey, I met a guy." And I was telling her about him, like, "Oh yeah, and his name's Carlos, he's like Gomez." And my friend was like, "Do you mean Carlos Gomez, Kirsten's sister?" Which I went with, I was in the same grade as his sister.
Uh-huh.
Kirsten is a sister? It's like,
brother.
Huh?
Kirsten has a brother.
Oh, sorry, Kirsten. And I was like, "Yeah, Carlos Gomez, he went to the same high school. He was here last year." Like, yeah. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that's the same guy." So
Wow.
didn't know.
So you didn't even know that
Like I said,
he was brothers with one of your. Wow. Carlos, you really made an impression on her back then.
I know. Like I said, she was queen of the band nerds. I didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, band nerds are like.
See how many suitors she had?
We're focused, okay? We're focused.
No, you band nerds, you guys are kind of like your own little cult within high school. All the band people hang out. I know.
and then I was in choir and the clubs you could think of. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then that was the night at Stingers. You met each other again, and Jack in the Box, same night, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Now, and I'm going to ask, did y'all end up hooking up that night?
Nope.
No.
Oh,
I think it was a couple weeks later, or
did I give you my number or no?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
I got a number.
Yeah.
Yes.
One small victory, but I'll take it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Actually, like a couple days, I just broke up with my boyfriend, and so I was not ready. And then it wasn't until like a couple weeks later, and that he texted me if I wanted to hang out. I'm like, why not? So
Yeah. we made the friends with benefits thing work for a little while.
Okay.
And then we got a little serious, and then we broke up. And then I think over the next year we had stayed in contact.
But it was purely friends with benefits
For a year?
for a whole year. Yeah.
Okay. I remember that period because that's when I first met Carlos. I still remember it. I think it was in Kingsville when we first met.
Was it Kingsville? It may have been Kingsville.
Yeah, because I remember going to what's the name of that club everybody goes to? They're in Country Luau or
Luau, yeah.
The Luau, and then we went over to I think his house, or was it your house?
Well, we didn't move to Kingsville.
Yeah, we didn't move to Kingsville for years.
For like a year or two afterwards.
Okay, so this must be later then. This must be later.
Because the first year that we were together, we were just friends with benefits and everything, and then it was actually funny because in November of 2008 we went to a party.
Yeah, it's one of my best friends'
and that's
Halloween party Halloween parties or something like that around that time period.
And that's when his friend's cousin was hitting on me, and they kept asking me, "Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend?" And technically I didn't, but he was with. And so they kept like, "Oh, so you're not with him?" I'm like, "No." And so they kept trying to hit on me. And
did Carlos know you were saying that? We had
to go get an ice run.
Did
he was
right
next to me because we.
So what was going through your head, Carlos? What was going through your head? Were you like
the barbarians were at the gate, so I needed to make a stand. And so we needed to run into town to go get some ice. So we ran to ice, and so she went with me. And then that's when I kind of asked her, I was like, "Hey, do you want to make this like serious? Do you actually want to, be exclusive?" Or I forgot what the exact words I said that night. I pretty much said that hey, do you want to get serious about this? And so I don't know. You tell me. And I was like, yes. I was like, let's do this. We've been non-serious for about a year, so let's try to give this a run.
And then whenever we went back to the park, we're like, "Yeah, he's my boyfriend."
That is so funny. So, all right. So going back to like the beginning of the friends with benefits period, like, why did you guys just do that? I mean, obviously you guys were young.
It was my idea because since I got out of that long relationship, I wasn't for anything. I was going to go to college and everything. I was going to go to College Station, and so there was really no need to get into anything. And so I was like, I'm not ready to settle. I kind of just want to have fun.
Right.
And that's why we throughout that whole year we kind of just texted each other, talked.
Wink, wink. Well, so Carlos, I know you. That's where your mindset was. Carlos, were you like, if it was me, I would have been like, okay, this is what I'll take, or were you totally also not in a hurry to get in a relationship?
I think it was hard to say. Cause no matter what, I knew I was attracted to her, like not just physically, but her attitude, like her whole demeanor and everything. Like just, it attracted me. So I knew I didn't want to, like, it sounds corny, but lose her out of my life. So I thought that was probably like the best situation I could get in with her. Right. And not lose contact and stuff like that. But that's kind of where my mindset was at. Plus, sex was great, but yeah, I think that's kind of where my mindset was. I wasn't trying to lose. I knew if I didn't agree to that, or I'd probably lose out on something that was really good. I didn't know it would end up being a almost 13-year relationship.
Right. Yeah. So, okay. So now you're night of the party, you're now officially boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yes.
And then you mentioned that there was a little time off.
He broke up with me.
What? I did not know this.
Yeah.
For
And
like, I think it was like 6 months, or
I don't even know.
it was probably like a semester, like one college.
Really? I did not know this.
And he drove, by the way, like whenever he asked me finally, like he would drive to College Station almost every other weekend to come see me. And
Uh-huh.
we would travel back and forth the whole time. And then out of nowhere, he just dumps me. And I was so shocked. I didn't know what to do. I was like, what the hell just happened? And
Right.
Yeah, like that one. There wasn't another girl. I promise you, there wasn't. That was
Right.
the first thing that everyone goes to mind. But no, I can also say I got freaked out because I knew that that I was falling for her, and I was 19 at the time. Yeah, 19. So I was still really young, but I knew that I was falling for her. So I kind of, I guess you can say, cut bait and not getting something serious, and then I think it wasn't longer than 6 months. It was a couple of months. I know that.
yeah.
That I really could not stop thinking about her, and it sounds again corny and every rom-com
Right.
storyline ever made, but no, it really was that. Like I just got scared of being in a serious relationship and broke up. Yeah, it's like I would say no longer than 6 months. And then I ended up texting her randomly and just kind of talking about this.
And the first thing he says, he's like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And I was debating. I was like, because it was still really fresh. Because how long was it until you texted me?
I'm assuming you were mad at him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I deleted.
Furious.
I was mad. I deleted everything. I was, because like I said, it was so unexpected. I didn't know how to react.
Right.
And so of course, I shut down, deleted everything. I closed everything off.
Right.
Finally getting back out there, and I get a random text from him like, "Hey, can we talk?" And I didn't know if I should answer it. I didn't know if I should just ignore him. And
Uh-huh.
did you text me that you love me? Or?
Yeah. Oh no, I texted you. I was like, "Can we talk?" And then we were messaging back and forth. Just it was kind of small talk. And then I asked her, I was like, "Hey, can I call you?" And then that's whenever she's like, "Yeah, you can call me." And then so again, I called her and we were talking for a little bit. And I said, "You know what?" I was like, "I think I love you." And I think I could hear her smile through the phone.
Yeah, she's smiling.
It's
So when he told you that, were you like, yes, or like, I can't believe you're doing this now?
there wasn't much going on for me. Like I wasn't talking to people. I guess I shut down, and I was finally starting to get back out there, but there wasn't anything serious with anybody. And
Right.
I knew I was still thinking about him, that I still wanted to be with him. I was just forcing myself to be out there.
Uh-huh.
So when he said that he loved me, I kind of paused. Like I knew I was happy inside, but at the same time, I'm like, then why did you break up with me? Why
Right.
why now? And so I
Right.
paused, and I told him that I had to think about it, and I had talked to my sisters about it, and kind of see their opinions and all that.
Right.
You even talked to your sister's boyfriend too.
Yeah, and I tried to get a guy's point of view, like how is that really real, or is he just trying to get back with me? Like I pretty much just told my sister's boyfriend and wanted to get his opinion about it, and
Mm-hmm.
he kind of directed me like, I think if you still want to be with him, give it another try, and then if it works out, great. If not, then you're still like, you're still young. You're a freshman in college.
Right.
So I decided to give him another chance.
Oh.
Well,
And then you didn't screw up again after that.
I wouldn't go that far.
He's other ways.
There's no major screws up.
So and then when did you guys what was the next step after that? You guys obviously make amends and then are you in Houston at this point now, or?
Oh,
No,
you were still in College Station.
and then I ended up moving to Kingsville, and we ended up getting our first apartment together.
Okay, that's when okay, that's right.
And that's when we lived there, finished college, and you know how everybody wants that grand gesture, like, you know, all women does, like they kind of want the, you know, to know that that person really loves them and all that. And honestly, throughout college and whenever I would go to like internships, like I had internships in San Antonio, he would come and drive just to see me for one night and then go back that same night to go to his work.
Mhm.
And we would constantly do that in the summer. And then whenever I had my internship in Houston, he would do the exact same thing. And it was just one of those things where we couldn't be too far from each other. Like we slept better when we're together. Like, you know,
Mhm.
everything felt right when we were together.
Right.
So, yeah, because like she did a internship in San Antonio, and I think at one point in time, I think for like a week, I was driving back and forth from San Antonio. I'd get off of work. It was during the summer, so I could afford to do that. I would drive up to San Antonio after my shift and go stay the night. And then whenever she left for work at 5 or 6 in the morning, I would drive back down to Corpus. And we did that for about a whole week. And then I would still, like every other weekend or every weekend, I would drive up there. Whenever she did her internship and then started working here in Houston, I was coming up here every weekend, just kind of whenever school and work got out, I would drive out up here, whether it's for a day or the whole weekend.
Mhm.
That's what I did. So my car got
Did what
lost.
it takes. All right. And at what point did you start thinking, okay, I need to put a ring on this finger?
I don't know, like, because once we had gotten to that point, after she had graduated from college, we had started talking about it, and that we agreed that
We weren't in any rush.
Yeah.
Like to us, like yes, you know, it's great to be married, but we already felt like we are. You know, we were very loyal to each other. We were there for each other. Like and we knew we loved each other. And so marriage was just yes, another next step, but we weren't in a rush to do it. And so we that, you know, he has to finish college first, and then we both have to have our career started. That way, you know, we're both in a good place at least.
Yeah, for us, I mean, we had grown, you know, from being
living in a garage.
Yeah,
that's where we started. He was living at his grandma's garage.
And there's a little apartment attached to it.
And
EB 400 square feet. And then we had a 1-bedroom with an attached bath. And we had just kind of grown from that, from living in an apartment on attached garage to renting our own apartment in Kingsville to doing a long distance relationship for internships, and we had kind of just grown, never really grown apart, just kind of grew together as people.
That's how it should be.
Yeah. And so I mean, we constantly got asked, you know, when you're going to get married, you know, when's the kids coming and all that, but we were just like, whenever we have money for it or time. So
that's wild.
Yeah.
And then so I'm really grateful for him because he actually agreed to let my parents live with us. And that's actually how we ended up buying a house, because we were living in a 2-bedroom apartment with my dad, and then my mom was coming back from the Philippines. And so I had asked him if it was okay if my parents lived with us instead of, you know, them getting their own apartment. And, you know, they're retired and everything, so we didn't want them to go through that. And he was actually he actually agreed to it, and so I'm extremely grateful for that. Like, not a lot of guys will. and they want their own family and, separation from that side. But he actually agreed to it. And so we ended up buying a house in 2015. And my parents live with us now still. And I think in that same year we got a house, he ended up getting his first
well, it was really 2014 whenever I got my first actual coaching gig. And then in 2015, I was a full-time teacher and coach. And so,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And that's
whenever I proposed. Yeah.
And how did y'all do that?
I had to do it very slyly. I wish I would have done it a different way. I worked really hard. It just effort. I got an A+. The execution was probably a D-. I had which for people listening to this, it is much cheaper and least expensive. And you can get a real nice ring if you go and buy the ring, the actual silver ring part, and then buy the diamond to attach to it separately. And you can get it custom easier. Like I saved thousands of dollars just doing that instead of going to like a big box store. Nothing wrong against doing that. If you got the money to do it, do it. I was just getting my first coaching job, so obviously I didn't have a whole lot of money. Right. Still don't, but it honestly saved thousands of dollars just doing that. But it was her birthday weekend that I was planning on doing it, and I had got the ring and I got it sent to a local jeweler. Got the ring put together with the rock and the ring, and we were gonna go out for breakfast, and I had made this little shoebox. It was nice. Again,
she's laughing.
I think she still has it, but it was a box that I kind of just covered in white paper and put a nice big red bow on it. And on the inside, I had gotten these vinyl stickers and put "Will you marry me?" on it.
But you couldn't read it.
Yeah. The bad part was that those vinyl stickers were silver and the inside of that box was white, so you could barely see it. Great idea. Execution was bad. And we were about to go out, and I had left the box outside with a balloon attached to it.
You didn't have a balloon.
No, it didn't have a balloon. I'm trying to think. And then
he had the box outside in the front door.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who the heck leaves a box outside when it's raining? And so I thought it was actually my friend's maybe it was a gift from her. So I'm like, Amanda's like, why'd you leave a box outside? And she goes, that's not for me. And so I open it, and I think there was a rose in there or something. And like I said, you couldn't read what it says. And so I'm like, I'll just open it later. It's fine. And he goes, no, open it now.
It took almost a whole minute of convincing her that she was hungry.
I was hungry.
Hangry.
Yes, I was hungry. And so I was like, fine. So I finally opened it. So I'm staring at the box like, okay. Like, thank you. And so he's like, read it. I'm like, so I'm like tilting it, trying to read it. And then finally I was able to read, "Will you marry me?" And I turned around and he's on his knees, adorably stuttering, by the way. He oh my God, it was adorable. He's like, I don't even remember what he said. So,
he's probably saying next time use a different color box.
Yeah. So but yeah, I'd asked that, and that day we were actually planning on going to go do some stuff in Galveston correctly, going to do the power boats and that.
It rained.
And then it just everything kind of got canceled with all that, and I was like, well, crap. So end up, spoiler alert, she says yes.
True.
But I wish I would have done it a little bit different, because I was like, okay, I was so focused on making sure she didn't find out and making sure her parents didn't snitch on me and and having her best friend not find out on what I'm doing, because she definitely would have told her. And I was so worried on trying to keep it a surprise. I didn't plan out the rest of the day. And again, it was a surprise, but the day it was.
We went garage sale.
Yeah, we went to garage sales. went had breakfast and went to garage sales and took a nap. Wasn't a very romantic day.
I don't know. I'm kind of into garage sales. That would have been fun. Anyway, and so now you guys have a lovely family now. Your baby girl's how old now?
She is 17 months.
17 months.
Yeah.
Oh my, and she's adorable.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So from friends with benefits to a family, happy family, just you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we knew there was something, but we didn't know how far we would go with this. And I'm definitely no regrets on my side. I can tell she's probably has plenty of regrets.
Nope.
So,
and it's actually nice because if you see us together, we're still very some people are not into public affection and all.
Oh,
that,
I know you guys are.
Like we're still very huggy. Like we want to show that we love each other, and we don't care who sees it. And so whenever we're out in public and we're loving each other and happy and like kind of just playing with each other, we actually have people come. It's like, oh, you guys are newlyweds. Like it's like I'm guessing you guys are in your honeymoon phase, or like
no,
we've been together for 13 years. You're right, it's still
we
honeymoon
got the
phase.
hardware.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for telling us your story. I've always thought you guys are a fantastic couple, and I'm just happy for you both.
Thank you. Thanks, Tony.
Yeah. So anyway, again, that is the lovely story of my friends Nichol and Carlos, and hopefully you guys all enjoyed the story and maybe picked up a lesson or two, or a little something to learn from it. And make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you guys join us for future shows. Again, thank you, Nichol and Carlos, for joining us.
Thanks for having us and letting us talk about ourselves.
When I wake up in the morning and I see your face, I'm becoming blind by your dazzling grace. What a beautiful feeling to be close to you. There's nothing else I wanna do. Ooh, and from the fields of flowers you chose to pick me. You're spreading sugar on my misery, and I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my everything. I do. I wanna marry you. 'Cause when you're around I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day was fun, but I wanna be with you. Baby, take my hand, hold it tight just like you do. Feels so good, so good. And I do, I wanna marry you. 'Cause when you're around I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day was fun, but